I
Babe,
can't even. I am obsessed with this right now.
babe, I think the next step is just me like, those like no heat roller
Yeah.
with with
Stop.
that with that pajamas, and I'll just be in my bed like reading a book with my little Kindle. I actually listen for the last 3 days. I've been falling asleep with the fireplace on the TV.
Oh, with that on the TV. That's so funny. That's actually jokes.
Babe, I'm dead with myself. I don't think I taken myself seriously yet. That's why I haven't been. I've been rocking the bottoms with like my old tee because you know how it is. Like I think for the last 10 years, you just a pair of shorts or
But
like
whatever,
2 years
literally me. I
and just
haven't
like a
worn
big
pajamas.
oversized shirt. No, girl, like let's
Yeah.
wear a little cute like chic pajama, like
Yeah.
in your like I want I've been waking up, my hair looks so crazy. I'm like, no, I want to wake up and just like have like a little braid that's like all nice. I bought some like mouth taping stuff. I want to take my mouth to sleep. Have you heard about that?
What? No?
Stop. Okay, it's like the
What,
new
mouth tape, like taping your mouth shut?
yes, for
I've never
sleep.
heard that before.
Apparently there's like a ton of benefit. Like I haven't read that much into it before buying it because I don't know what has been going on. I think it's the time of the year where like I think it's a thing also. So watch this. Apparently in marketing, people in the store they know that people are like gonna spend a lot of money. And
Yeah.
I've been like catching myself, babe. I've been spending so much on like but little cute stuff that I did want it in the past, but like
Yeah.
not stop. Like all skincare, like Amazon. First of all, Amazon is like the GOAT. Like I've just
Yeah.
discovered Amazon for the
Lifesaver.
first time in my life.
Mm.
I got this little like
Really?
yeah, I've never bought from Amazon. I was like,
I
I'm never
use
gonna
it
be like
like
no, I
every
was like, I'm never
day.
gonna be that girl on Amazon. Like, no, 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 no. I was like, if I go down that rabbit hole, it's gonna be done and over for my wallet, and I totally get it. Like, you just don't see the money
Yeah,
go.
like it's for me, it's on prep. Like it's literally prep, like my prep distraction. Yeah, it's so bad. Like you'll catch me if I'm bored on cardio. Most of the time it's cardio. Like I'll order like I'll go looking for like deals. So like for example, like my favorite shampoo or hair or conditioner, I'm like, right, where can I find like and search or go on every page, like looking for the cheapest option, like best hair, like my best shampoo, best prices, like everything. All of it. That's like my distraction. And cardio just goes like that. And obviously buying other things anyway. Like, but Amazon's a big like, because you've got like Amazon fashion now. Like people are selling like dupes on there of like loads of different brands, and like so I'll see some of my favorite like influencers like wear something, and they're like, "Oh, it's from Amazon," and I'm like, "Let's see what that's about." Like, yeah, and I buy it, and I'm like, "These are actually pretty good." Like, so it's so easy because you trust people. Especially if someone tells you to buy it on like Instagram or TikTok and you trust them, you're like, okay, cool, buy. If they're using it, I know I can use it, which is really bad, but that's just me, if I'm
Yeah,
honest.
girl. I mean, I'm not easily influenced, but I would be influenced by like a movement. So like if I start watching like a lot of girls with their skincare, I'm like, I wouldn't go with like the specific product they're doing, but like I would go on Amazon and just be like, okay, I want
Research.
to scrub my face. So I have like a night scrub and like a day scrub now. I have like a go to bed perfume. So like now I have like a go to bed perfume. I have a go to the gym perfume. Like I have like fragrances.
Stop.
Babe, yes, but it's like it's super cheap, first of all. And it's like
Oh, that's good.
if it doesn't work out, my mom, I can, give it to her, or like a friend, I can give it to them, or like
Yeah.
refund at Whole Foods. And like that line of like return at Whole Foods, it's so big all the time, and I get it, it's just so easy.
It's
I've
easy to buy
ordered like
things.
3 different car phone holders because I'm like, what do I know? Like I can't try them, so I'm gonna try all 3 of them and then return the two that I don't want.
Exactly. That makes sense. Actually, that's like buying math. Do you know what I mean? Like
Girls,
you're
yes.
gonna buy all of them, test them all out, and see which one you prefer. So, but hello guys.
Oh, hi.
I had to I had to start that episode, and you missed our whole conversation of Lauralie literally being like, Phoebe, look at my pajamas. She went and put her top back on because she was like, like I wanna show you my pajamas, and they're cute as fuck. To be fair, they're so cute. But I was
Wait,
dying.
Do you want to twirl? Maybe like
Yeah,
twirl it.
give me a 12.
I
Do
haven't I
you know
haven't
what?
dared.
It's very French. It's very French. I don't know
Stop.
why.
You want me
It
to
is. They're very
you
French.
want me to eat a croissant right now?
Yes, please, because that literally would make me. They look very French. I don't know if it's the black ribbing on the like collar and stuff that's making, and the little heart looks like very French. I don't know why. It just looks. It's giving French. It's giving French, you know.
We love it all the
So, but I had
time.
to start. I had to start because that was so funny when you were like so excited, and yeah. So that was well cute. That was really really cute. But how are you, my girl?
I'm good, babe. I'm good. After last week episode, I think we can just go from there, actually.
I know.
Definitely super excited for today's episode because we had to do an exercise. I made you do an exercise. I made you do some homeworks. So basically, you guys, do you want me to present the episode today? I can go ahead and
Yeah,
do it.
go for it. Yeah, this is, to be fair, I'm intrigued to how this episode is going to run because we have some really exciting things. And then what we do also, if you're not listening to your on your phone, or you might be listening to your phone if your phone's free, definitely do it with us if you can, like at the same time, because that'd be so cool. But yeah, take it away for today's episode.
All right, you guys. So for today's episode, we are actually going to review our 2023 year and how I want you guys to do it also with us because we're going through it and I've made Phoebe go through it. You're going to go to your phone at the little research, top of research in your photos, gallery, whatever. And you're going to do month by month. So you're going to write January 2023 and kind of go through your camera roll and just write down the most memorable moment, which you're gonna have. And it's funny because Phoebe just did it and she was like, shit, what did you say? You were like, shit, I
I
actually went.
forgot I went to Paris. Like I went to Paris at the end of January before obviously like the Arnold's kind of fiasco and stuff like that. But like I was like, oh my God, I completely forgot. I went on a girls obviously me and my sister went away to Paris the
Wait,
end of January.
The
That
Arnold,
was yeah, and that was when obviously that was that time that we obviously like went through the Arnold's and obviously I was saying like obviously I quit the Arnold's, you know? So that was the end of January. So that's like crazy. And it's cool because we like when we've typed everything in, you can see how many photos you've taken in that month as well. So and I'm like, holy shit, I've taken 822 photos in just January.
yeah,
So I'm like, shit.
you
It's a
can
lot.
also like buy the picture or like the amount of picture. You're like, I have a month, I literally have like 40 pictures. I know my mental was like probably really off.
Yeah.
You can
Mm.
remember actually like the emotion you went through, and I think it's a very fun like activity to do, just for you to review and not necessarily to like set anything up for 2024, but literally just to like review like and be grateful for the year that you just had and remembering those like big moments, those big wins, those big losses, they're like obstacle and be like, holy shit, like only 8 months from today, I was going through like the worst period of my life. Like you went through like something really huge. And obviously we had, I mean, we need to start because like
I know. I'm literally like I'm looking. To be fair, when like I was looking back because I'm literally looking through like random videos and random photos, and I'm like, holy fucking shit! Like this is wild. So I'm yeah, I'm definitely down, and I'm excited to go through it. So guys, yeah, if you want to join in, guys, you can go if you go on your photos. If you have an iPhone, if you go on your photos, and then at the bottom right it says search, and you just type it. You can search obviously there, and then just type in the month. So January 2023, 2022. Sorry, I don't know 2023. Sorry. January 2023 and then February 2023. Oh, well, this is going to take a while. This is gonna take a while. I'm excited for the ride though.
it,
Okay.
it it's honestly it's really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
you
have you
okay,
done it or no?
no,
Yet.
you start. You go. I've had a look at my January, so I'm just having a look, but you start with your January
Okay, we go
year.
month by month.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. January 2023, almost a year ago. Um, that month was loaded because I think we just had competed at the Olympia.
Yeah.
Am I
It was
correct?
literally like 3 yeah, it was like 3 weeks later.
Okay.
No, not even 3 weeks, like 2 weeks.
Yeah. Okay. So
Crazy.
on that month, Aldo signed his extension. So like the new side of the gym, Aldo signed the extension. He started working on it. We started doing like renovation work and all the cool like stuff. I went to a bombshell photo shoot in California right after the Olympia, and then I went to the women's workshop that same
Yeah.
month. The big women's workshop with Sandy Williamson and all the girls in Arizona at the Wings of Strength headquarters. And then we went to our first event in Alphaland in Texas, which was my first
Yeah.
time going to Alphaland, my first time meeting Heidi. Like, shout out to Heidi. Like, I mean, well, you and I are such like huge fan of her.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
not a
such
fine
a
girl at
fan of
all,
her.
but bro, like this girl is just all around the shit. And if
Mm.
anything, I was gonna say something on Threads like last week. Um, I'm going off topic, but not really off topic. But I was going to say something on the thread last week. I'm like, three things that made 2023 that much better. Heidi Summers and Christian Guzman getting engaged, C-Bum and Courtney being pregnant, and my last one was Angelica coming back to stage. These are the three fucking highlights of 2023. Like, if anything happened in your life, just like thrive off these three like biggest news in the fitness industry. Like, for me, it's just yeah, like I can ignore all the other shit that happened. Like that happened, I'm good, you know? Like
Yeah.
2019 was COVID year, and then 2023 is like all these three like highlights
All
of the
these three things, yeah, literally all these things happened. So it's like
yeah.
that's like the year made. Like that and honestly all like massive like inspirations of mine had such massive milestones in their life. And I'm like, yeah, I felt like I was with them on that whole ride because I feel like they've literally been part of my entire like bodybuilding journey. Like Angelica's like what Angelica and Heidi were actually like one of the first people I followed like on Instagram, like first people. I think like Heidi was like the second, and then Angelica was like top five. She was like the fifth person I followed. Because you can look on your follows to see who was your first person you followed. And I did it like I randomly the other day, yeah. And it was
Wait,
Lauren
how many?
Simpson. So if you go on, we're going so off topic right now, but if you go onto your
Okay,
um,
show me after. Show me after. But I definitely
okay, I will
like,
do. Right, so
if you guys want to know, just ask Phoebe on the next podcast. We'll figure it out. But I want to know how you did that because I'm like I'm stressed out. I think I know,
who was
but
your
okay.
first one? Who
I
was your
think
first one?
it
That's
was
cool.
probably like Bella Falcone or something, and Michelle Lewin. Like
My God. Oh
Bella
my
Falcone was
God.
it. Bella Falcone, Andrea Brazier, and who did I just say?
Oh my God, please can you do it now? Just because I actually want to know. Go on your go, go
I'm
on your
gonna get
Instagram
exposed so bad
and
right now.
click on following. Click on following.
Stop.
And then it should have like a little arrow that says up and down. Click on that. And you could do earliest.
Wait, I'm like so nervous right now, Phoebe.
I know you're
I'm
like, who is it?
sorry.
Yeah, Heidi Summers. Right, Angelica. Jay Cutler. The
Wow.
Olympia and Angelica. And then Lauren Simpson was my first five that I followed.
Oh shit. I'm actually so okay. No, I'm not. Okay, okay. So we're doing fitness now, yeah? Okay, actually,
You
my
what?
first influencer that I've ever followed was Carly Bybel. How do you spell her last name?
Oh my
The makeup
God.
artist. Yeah, she was like my fifth. Like
That's what that's wild.
my first influencer was her, and then
That's crazy.
Brazier, Jessica
Mm.
Arevalo.
Oh my God, yeah. That's wild.
Shout out to her because like her and I we've been kind of like liking each other's pictures and stuff.
That's
Um,
wild.
no,
Norman's one of my top 10, to be fair. Norman Harris, I think. And she was like
really.
back in the day, like, oh, like back in the day. Like, that's wild.
Oh, wait, you're gonna die, or I'm gonna die. Claudia San Pedro, which she came to our university and she trained with Aldo like not so long ago. And when I saw her, I was like,
You were like, holy shit, oh my God.
yeah,
Look
I
who
think
you're
was
training
like
right
one
now.
of my
That's
first.
crazy.
What in the heck?
I know, it's crazy that you could look back on that and see who you followed, like who you followed. And like
Paige
that
Hathaway.
being my top five, like that's pretty, yeah, that's
Paige
cool. That's
Hathaway.
funny.
Hold on. Paige Hathaway. Ashley K Fit. Ashley Cole.
Oh, shout out
Wow,
to
I'm so
Ashley.
Oh, I love it. Shout out to Ashley. Oh my God, that's so cool. Oh, Alice Matos, like a lot of Brazilian
Oh
girls,
my
like
God, yeah.
um
God, you're saying all these names, and I'm like, holy shit, yeah, like I remember these people.
Natalia Mello was actually, oh shit, yeah. Natalia Mello
Yeah.
is like my third. Like,
Wow.
yeah.
That's
Wow. Oh, Stephanie
crazy.
Mahoy. Like Stephanie Mahoy, Amanda Latona, Bella Falcone. See, Bella Falcone is actually like my fifth girl. But I had, okay, so before Bella Falcone, I had yeah, holy crap.
I know. It makes you
Natalia
realize you're like, oh
Mello,
my God, I really did love
Teixeira.
bodybuilding.
Wow, that's so dope. That's so cool. Because most of them
I
now like
know.
we talk and we're friends, you know what I'm saying? That's so crazy.
Right? Like that's wild. So yeah, that's a new little thing. So that was very,
Cool.
very interesting. But anyway, back to your so the month of January for you, obviously this year was like pretty like that like a pretty strong start, if I'm honest. Like considering obviously the extension to obviously Iron University, you went on quite a few trips and events and stuff like that. And that's
Mhm.
such a great way to like start the year like strong because you're just doing a lot and it makes you like just feel great about yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Accomplished, yeah.
Mm. So, okay, so mine's a bit different. I think my year started a little bit rockier than yours, not gonna lie. So, because we obviously we'd found out we got the invite. Did we find out we got the invite straight away in January? Or
No,
was it in
it had
this?
to be before. It had to be December for sure.
I don't think it was. Wait, I'm trying to look because I swear there'll be like screenshots. Oh no, I think it was the 3rd of January we found out.
Really? That's
I think so,
late.
yeah. I think
I'm
so.
taking
I'm
the biggest
pretty
bite
sure.
right now while you're like
Huh?
looking at it. I'm taking the biggest bite of food. I'm just like,
Really? I'm pretty sure. I swear it was the 3rd of January or something
shit,
along those lines, which
that's
seems
late.
pretty late. I know it was late, but I don't know if it might not have been that late.
No, it was
I think it was,
like 10
right?
weeks out. We had
Yeah,
10 weeks.
well, it was 8 weeks out. It was 8 weeks out. I remember. Wait, fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it was pretty late. I think it was like,
Oh, yes, babe. No, it was because when I
yeah.
went to the women's workshop, that's when Kim and I we went in the room and we had a talk, and I opened up myself to him, and I was like, and then oh my God,
Yeah. See, we're opening up all these memories now, like going back, because you're like, holy shit, it's like your brain forgets, and then you all of a sudden are like, wow, I remember now. Like, yeah, right? So we'd obviously both found out that we got the invite for the Arnold, obviously in January, which is amazing accomplishment, like super, super amazing. Obviously, I did not do the Arnolds of this year, 2023, and I decided, I think it was literally it wasn't in January, but it was literally like early February. It was like February the 1st or 2nd that I decided to not do it. But I was already thinking about it in January. So January was a pretty rough month for me, I'm not gonna lie. But regardless of that, January was a good month because we came back to Dubai. We came back to Dubai and like got to see from what I can see from my photos and stuff. Got to see a lot of my friends like the beginning of January and stuff like that, which was really really wholesome. We've got a lot of like photos of like us going to like the beach club and like seeing people and stuff, and that's always something I love to do, especially obviously after like shows and competing and stuff like that. I was still in prep at that point because I would have been in prep for the Arnold's, but it was really nice to like see everyone. And then that was when, and then when did I go to? I went to the UK I went back to the UK the end of January. So kind of pretty much from like January 1st all the way through till like January 27th, I think it was. Yeah, January 27th. I went I was in Dubai and then came back to the UK and we actually went to Paris, me and my sister. So it was supposed to be me, my sister, and my dad that went. But my dad has like a little bit of an issue with his eye, so he was like, I'm not gonna come, I'm gonna be a burden, so I just wanna like let you two go by yourself. And it was actually something really nice. And we connected a lot on that trip, which was really, really something special that like definitely hold near and dear to my heart. Because me and my sister used to go traveling. Well, I say used to. We went on a few trips back in like, I mean, 2017. We traveled Europe together, like not all over Europe, but like a few different places in Europe together. for like 2.5 weeks. So it was a lot of fun to like do that and connect again, just me and her. Um, and then yeah, that was pretty much it. And then from there, it was quite emotional. So obviously then going into February was like pretty emotional because obviously I'd made that decision, that quite big decision for this year. So like that was my January, which is it's funny because they're so different. So you had a lot of very like good. Obviously, got a lot of good memories as well. But you know, I had a lot of up and downs at the start of the year, which I know sometimes people can look at as a bad thing in a way, like, oh, I feel like I've started the year off like wrong or whatnot. But shit happens. Life happens and things don't always go your way, especially even if it's a new year, you want to make the most of it.
Yeah.
But sometimes it just doesn't happen that way. But it's what you do after. Do you know what I mean? Like what you do after, like, okay, this happened. Okay, cool. Whatever. It's happened. But how am I going to respond to this? You know? So I definitely feel like I've definitely like still achieved what I've wanted to achieve this year, regardless of how it started. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. I mean, I don't think it's relevant at all. I think it's just going from December to January to me. It
Yeah.
really it's just a number change or whatever. But
Yeah.
I remember January a lot because I do remember a phone call that we had and you had just had your trip in Paris. I think you were still kind of like really trying to be on top of your shit over there. And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that phone call was before you went or like after you went. I think it's
I think
after
it
it was
was
after.
after. Yeah, I think it was
But
after.
would you agree now, looking back, that that phone call actually is the start of our podcast? Like, would you
Oh
say like,
yeah.
yeah?
100%.
Okay,
Yeah, to be
I
fair, because
remember.
that was the first time we'd fully like, I just was like, I was texting you and you just called me and we just spoke like probably like the first time we'd obviously like were friends before and chat back and forth. That was the first time we'd spoken and just fucking opened up. Like I was just like, I feel like fucking shit. This sucks. This, and we both were just open and vulnerable in that phone call. And I was like, shit, I can actually like trust this girl. Do you know what I mean? Like you know when you're like you're friends with people and sometimes you can't you're friends with people, yeah, but you can't open up to them like a best friend or like really tell them things. I just
Yeah.
let loose that phone call and I was like, I just need to get this off my fucking chest because otherwise I'm gonna like drown. And I've never felt like that before to talk to you in that way. Do you know what I mean? Because I didn't know where our friendship kind of stood and with the advice you gave me and how I felt post phone call, I was like, shit, like this girl has my back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel the same. I remember, like, it's rare that I remember like phone calls, but that phone call, I remember which like gas station I was in, actually like parked and like listening to what was happening. And like,
Oh,
yeah, I remember like how I felt. Yeah, so I would say like looking back, that phone call was definitely like what actually started igniting
oh,
something, the podcast. So shout out to that phone call. It would
I
have
love
everything
that.
happened for a reason looking back. So like that's
I
cool.
know. And that's the
That's
thing. And I think it's always important to kind of like, again, it was a very tough phone call for me and it was a tough like time in my life, but then also at the same time there was so many great things that came out of it. Do you know what I mean? So like obviously being able to connect with you on a different level, I was able to do so much more with the rest of my year without being in kind of prep and that mindset and stuff. Like the mindset, I just wasn't ready. Do you know what I mean? Like I wasn't ready to be on stage that quickly again. So that's all I remember, and I'm happy with the decision I made. Like people would say, like, would you regret it? And I don't. I really don't. And I'm glad that I went through that because obviously I can, tell the story today and just be like, it's fine. Like if you're not ready for stage, it's okay. Like you can delay your shows, you can step on stage at another time. Like it's not the end of the world, you know?
it's I think it's so brave, and like, what I'm thinking about that, like, on you. I think it's so brave. It was so courageous. I think it's a lot stronger to do that and to actually listen to yourself, which is, it's rare in the sport that we're doing because we're always trying to stay relevant, and we think that the
Yeah.
more we show up, the more we're sucking it up and the more we're suffering through it, like we're going to be more deserving. And like, I still think that was so courageous of you and so much more brave than just showing up, so
Thank you.
kudos to
Thank
you.
you, my
And
girl.
yeah, especially I think it's such a great lesson for shit the beginning of the year, and you have to make that such a big decision for yourself. Like, I think that just speaks volume on like who you are and your character, and like I think it just grew into so much bigger. And like I think your following now knows that, and like that's how you've been able to connect with like so much many people. we've been able to connect on a lot more like respect and like and trust. And same with me, like I don't open up to people at all, and like having a therapist is not enough. Like you need actually like a girlfriend, you know, and like
Yeah,
my
to
girl
just
since
talk
first.
random shit to on a day to day versus it being like, okay, this is a bit more serious, when you talk to your therapist and stuff like that, So I think it was a great decision for me, and I'm glad I did it. I really am.
Good, that's awesome, babe.
So,
Awesome.
okay, the month of February. So, what happened? I have more photos in February than I did in January, which I don't know how. I think it's because I was still
But
in.
you
I
were
must have
living
still.
life.
Yeah,
Hello.
that's. Lauralie currently is eating her breakfast. So anyone
Sorry.
listening on Spotify. Yeah, 900 and something photos in the
Holy
month of
crap.
February. So bloody many. 975. So, I mean, yeah, we were living life, man. Like, there's a lot of photos of the beach. I was still in Paris at this point, so I think I left Paris in, I think we left on we must have left on the 2nd or 3rd of December, February. Um, so that's why I still have so many photos. Oh, there's so many photos of croissants on this. The 2nd of February. We left on the
Love.
2nd of February. So yeah, we left on 2nd February, and there's like a few little a few little pictures of croissants when I was in Paris, and then some check-in photos for when I got when I'd finished. A picture of a roast dinner with one of my friends. For photos with Max's family, beach photos, generally, like you said, like just living and just enjoying things. Um, which yeah, that's I know I remember the month of February very well. Like that's all I did was just went out and enjoyed, which I don't regret either. I love to, especially because I live in Dubai. I love to be able to experience things wholeheartedly. So yeah, just enjoying. That's what I can see, which was nice. Not much else gone on in January, December. So, oh my God, why can't I talk today? Um, not much that went on in February. There's a lot of little work things and workout videos and stuff like that. But apart from that, that's literally it. But I mean, what did you get up to in the month of Feb?
Literally prepping for the Arnold. That was
Yeah.
basically like all my life, everyday life thingy. And then my birthday is February 13th. So little Aquarius baby, you know, right before the
Woo!
Valentine's Day. So I got a little
Yes.
like birthday celebration with which consisted of like Aldo ordering me like my favorite salad with like my ginger salad from like my sushi shop. Like I just love ginger salad. He was so sweet. He's always like putting up this like big entrance for me at the gym, and I'm just like, surprise. Like, yeah, super sweet. So I remember
That's
that birthday was
cute.
really fun, and then just prepping for the Arnold, big time.
Yeah,
That's
because
what it was.
you would have been obviously you were 4 weeks out, and I know obviously the prep for the Arnolds. Obviously, I mean that prep for everyone that did the Arnolds was so tough regardless, because I remember speaking to
Brutal.
you about it. I remember speaking to Jen. Everyone was saying girl, it's this is tough, because it was so close to the Olympia, obviously, and everyone had New Year's, you'd had Christmas, and then it was literally 8 weeks out, immediately. It was a long year. It was a long kind of competing year for a lot of people. So I mean, how did you kind of feel in that February time, kind of at that 4 weeks out moment, around that time? Because I know that would have been that was tough for you.
Yeah, I remember January when I had that talk with Kim. I actually went in his room for a check-in, and I was like, I'm not gonna check in with you because I would feel like hypocrite. Like this is what I'm going through right now. And
Mm.
he was like, girl, you have to make a decision, and I'm gonna back you 100% whichever decision you're doing. And it's either this or that, which is either me doing the Arnold or not doing the Arnold. And you know, I was going through some shit, like legal shit, and he was like, after that day, let me know. And I'm like, no, I need to tell you like on Monday, because if on Monday it's not a decision made, I'm not. So thank God for a good flight. Like I love me a good flight. That's where I actually can just brain trash everything that's going on in my head. And I'm like, okay, if I'm doing the Arnold, this is how my life is gonna look. From 7 to 2 p.m. every single day. I'm not like budging from this routine, because if I'm like going off this routine and like trying to have a balanced life and like trying to enjoy this, like it's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna be able to produce results. And we were in a time crunch where he was like, by Saturday, if you haven't made a decision, like I'm not sure we can bring the same quality of physique that you want. And for me, it's like non-negotiable. Like I want to bring like actually the physique, obviously. So with that being said, how I made the decision to like go through the Arnold was like I just feel like my mind is still able to pull off, even though my body is not at its best right now. And you didn't have the mental, like it wasn't there at that time. It was very not there. So I was like, I feel that if I'm using that card, because when you resign from the Arnold, you need to justify it, and I was like, I feel like I'm using, like the disabled like door opener that you have at the store. The people that can walk and they
Yeah.
use the opener like this, and it's like my mom always told me like you never do that. Like you because it's just bad juju. Like I don't know. You don't use the disabled like open door when you can actually have arms and
Yeah.
legs to open the door. So I
Yeah.
felt like that, and I was like, I remember my mom, so I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that, and I'm actually gonna suck it up and just make it a thing. So I became a fucking robot. So that prep for the Arnold was just literally 7 to 2 p.m. every day, the same thing. So that's how I made it through. That's how I made it through.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember as well, like we had a lot of like back and forth as well. We were like, I was like, "How are you doing?" You were like, "Shit," but we're just, just keep swimming, like just keep going, like don't think, just do. Like that was the mindset. And again, we sometimes it has to be like that, like especially with those two shows close together. Obviously, they are getting further and further apart now, the Olympia and the Arnold, but and they didn't used to be that close together before, but obviously now, like because of COVID and all that sort of thing they are closer. They're getting further away now, but yeah. So it's tough when that happens, and you just have to roll with the punches and just keep going anyway. And like you said, I was not mentally strong enough to do that, and I was in a terrible place mentally. Like I could not carry on, and I sometimes still even think like, could I have gone through it? Like, could I have done just 4 more weeks? But I don't like to think of like if I coulda, shoulda, because there's just no point, if I'm honest. But
Yeah, but it
I
cost
love
me.
exactly,
Fuck that.
exactly. So, but I love the fact that you did push through because look at the result. Like, look at the result that you brought. You brought one of your favorite packages to stage, the Arnold, and you won again. Like you showed up.
Yeah, it's just crazy, but it also explained why I was so confused probably this year, because I remember how shitty I felt at the Arnold. I remember calling you 3 days. I just landed in Columbus,
Yeah.
calling you, babe. I'm like, forget it. I look 12 weeks out. Like I'm not
Oh
gonna
my
do it.
God. Yeah. It was after prejudging. I remember like I don't know if you called me or voice note or whatever, and I was like, "Babe, you've won this. You've won this shit. You look sick." And you were like, "I look terrible. Like there's no way I'm even getting like top five." And I was like, "Are you watching?" This was before you saw the footage, I remember. And I was like, "What are you seeing? Like, what are you seeing that I'm not seeing right now?" I was like, You've got this hands down. You look great." Um, from all the movements and stuff and everything, like, but I know obviously when you're on stage you just don't know what's going, sometimes it's like you don't know what's going on until you've seen it,
Yeah.
so it's like shit. But yeah, that prep was a tough one for you, but it's like it's almost like it's definitely worth, it was worth it.
In the end, yeah. In the end, yeah, it was worth it. But yeah, it's so crazy how your mind can play games sometimes. But
Yeah,
yeah,
and
that's
it's a
for
tough
basically
one.
February and March, because March,
Yeah,
the
March was the
first weekend
Arnold's.
is the Arnold win. So like obviously very, very high moment in my career, probably like the best moment in my career at this point.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah, that was
two
crazy.
time.
Yeah, 2 time back to back, but I think it's the back to back that just hits more, because
Yeah.
winning twice is fun, but like when you're doing back to back, it's like even more of a milestone for me. So like I love that.
Yes.
And I also wrote very low. So like I'm guessing it was just like a very high moment and then a very low moment. I know at the time also like very like stressful thing, like I said, like things that I've kind of pushed back for from like the prep, because I like I said I was like very every day 7 to 2 p.m. every single day. So like anything that would be new or different, I was just pushing it and procrastinating. So I think March, just after that big win, a week or two after, like everything just came back tenfold, and I was like, fuck, like punch from everywhere. So I just wrote very low. Um, so
The month of March
I
was
wrote,
very low.
yeah, very low. So yeah, that was a tough month for sure. A
I
tough month
mean,
in.
I feel like it's always the way where it's like post. Again, it's post show. It's post. It's weird because you would have thought you'd be on such a huge high because it's like such a huge accomplishment, but it's almost like in a way slightly the opposite because it is such a huge accomplishment. Coming down from that and kind of coming out of that like hole of like, okay, we're going back to reality now. Like reality's kicking in. It's like a major thing. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a huge thing that it doesn't always it's not easy to kind of come back from, you know?
Yeah, I think if I mean, I can't say that anymore, but like if someone is considering to compete, like to just clear your mind from everything and kind of like have all the little markers check in your life prior to that. Obviously, me, like where I stand, and we talked about that before, like there's things when you're a competitor or like this is like my job, like I can't have my markers check all the time. Like it's unfortunate. I'm trying to like clear my mind and like clear space and like do everything prior to prep to have the most like smooth prep ever, but sometimes it doesn't happen like that and there's a lot of shit that are thrown in your way. But if I had a recommendation, like just clear your life and make sure that you have money set on the side for like anything that happens with bodybuilding, being able to like get enough money for your blood work, your supplements, like whatever can happen. Money on the side, your important things cleared up, like basically if
Mm.
so you don't get after like a win or after a show like just like a
Very
wave of
low.
shit. Yeah.
No, I completely
That,
get that.
how was
Um,
March for you? Because
I think March, from what it looks like, I've got loads of at the end of March. Lol, I have a few screenshots of you from when we were on off like phone calls and stuff, which is hilarious. I don't know why. And then like we're both smiling, and I was like, so which is cute.
oh,
And then I think the March was around the time I think we must have wanted to decide about the podcast because I've got some screenshots of like some examples and like I was saying to you obviously like send me photos and stuff. So I think March was like we were thinking about obviously starting the podcast, you know what I mean, like we were getting it together or whatever,
okay.
which is cute. But yeah, the month of March for me, there's not much else really. There's like just again more a lot of living stuff. Like I've got a lot of posing things on here, so I think for me, I was focusing a lot on business and making sure that that was thriving. And I can see a lot of screenshots from like what's it called sample t-shirts and stuff. So like people were sending me for my t-shirts and stuff like that for like the year, like the same year. Um, so yeah, I mean, it looks from what it looks like, obviously a lot of obviously fun stuff as well. Like we've got loads of things going on, but we've got like going out things. We're focusing on business. Like you can see where my mindset was like shifting to. Like instead of taking photos, I got a fuck ton of screenshots. So it's like loads of screenshotted stuff and stuff like that. Which again, for me, that's what I like to do, especially off. I mean, on and off prep, I like to focus on business and make sure that that's thriving. But I think more than anything, because I had the energy back, it was like, okay, where can I now put that energy to make sure like my life is thriving? Do you know what I mean? So for me, it was business. So yeah, that's kind of where I was at with that, which was exciting. And then checking photos and stuff as well. Oh, bloody hell. I fell off my scooter. That was the month I fell off. I got hit off my scooter random because I got a picture of my bloody knees on my
Oh,
thing. If no one knows, I have like a little scooter that I scoot around on in our little community area. It's like a lime scooter, like an actual lime scooter that we have, me and Max. So but that was the month I fell off my scooter. And I remember I was on my way to my friend's house. I went to hers and then we went to a beach club, like a beach pool area to like chill out that day. And I remember just lying there, my knees were just out, and I was like, I don't even care at this point. I was like, I was
wait,
like, I
what
just want to relax.
you went there with your after getting what the fuck, Phoebe?
Yeah, I was like, I
You
just need to relax. I was like, I'm fine, I'm fine. Got home and I was like, oh my God, my knees are fucked. Like, actually fucked.
wait, did a car run out on you? Like Was it car?
No, so what happened? It wasn't no. So what happened is there's two times I fell off my scooter. The first time was actually when we found out that we got the Arnold's invitation, like the end of December. That was in that was in 2022, and then 2021. Sorry, that was in 2021. The first Arnold's that I got invited to. That was when I got hit off, like the back of a car swerved and hit the front of my wheel. I fell off. I know. It's really, really bad. And to be fair, I was a little bit far out, so I should have probably been tucked away a little bit more, but it was trying to overtake me. So it was just the back of the car kind of just clipped the front of my wheel. That was 2021. And then this one, it was actually my fault. I was looking at my phone to try and find where her address was. And I wasn't in like the middle of the road. I was on like a side road. So it wasn't like in the middle of a road or whatever. But I remember I just literally, because I do this all the time, I lifted up my phone just to see where I was going. And when I lifted, I must have literally gone like that and like swerved and I just went down. And then my knees were the first thing I know. So bad. I'm still on the scooter though. I still use that thing like every day. But I remember, yeah, that was not great because I remember that I couldn't then train for a very long time because like my knees were just swollen. And every time I would squat, they would literally, which is a bit TMI, they just literally wouldn't heal. So I had to stop training for a good like 2.5 weeks for them to actually fully heal. So that wasn't a great time either. So, but that explains why I was focusing on business and stuff. You could see there was a lot more screenshots on my phone versus actual like photos of things because I wasn't out doing anything, you know? So, but that was a fun time. It was a fun time. So,
Just
but
like
we were
gaining your mental
thriving.
capacity back, like you're probably that's what you're seeing through. You're like, shit, I have my
Literally,
capacity back. That's awesome.
literally, that's all it's coming to. Okay, so April. What did you do in the month of
April.
April?
April Fool, baby. No.
April
April
Fool's,
April
baby.
was good. We actually got to celebrate Easter, and after Easter, um I got to go meet my parents in Colorado. So I went to go see my parents were like doing this big road trip. I don't know if you remember, like after they were in Vegas and they drove kind of like to California, spent a month in California,
Yes, in the
kind of like
RV.
going back down. So I met them in the RV. I actually spent the whole week in the RV, like back in the days, what we were
That's
doing,
fun.
little family trip. And went to Colorado and had a good time. We went to museums, do like hiking stuff, nature stuff, like a lot of things that I can do in Florida. And with my parents, oh
Mm.
my God, my eyes is itching so bad right now. Oh my God. Sorry. I think I had something like that. Okay. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff in Colorado, just like little family trip. And then I got back and I went in the shooting range for the first time with Aldo. And
That's
bro, I
fun.
never felt so illegal in my fucking entire life. I'm like,
Because you're
how
the
did
same as me. You haven't grown up with the guns in your environment. So like for me, when I did mine, exact same. I was like, I actually feel like I should be holding this. I feel like I'm breaking the law.
it doesn't feel right? And like I remember like having my hands sweaty and like telling Aldo like this is so cool, but I was like freaking out on the inside. I'm like, this could literally be it's like it's 1 second that this person is like beside you shooting range and they just turn around and they shoot
I
you in the face. Like,
no, like
bro, that's how close it is. So I was like freaking out the whole time and I was like trying to have a good time, but like it's the adrenaline. It's really cool. Like I like it, but I'm like, but I would feel so much better if we were like, I don't know, outdoors, just you and I, like not like
yeah,
really
not
having
next to people I don't know. Like
people like just shooting and I don't know. So
no,
great
I get
experience
that.
so far. I never went again, so shout out to the shooting range.
That's honestly so funny because I get that. I honestly that because we're both obviously not from the US, so it's like it makes sense, but it's so funny because it's like yeah, it is. It's a wild time, you know. So, but was there anything else that you did in like the month of April?
That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's it for
exciting
me.
though. I went
That was fun.
to the UK the month of April. Yeah, I went back to the UK the month of April. Had my first posing seminar of the year, like of 2023, which was fun. And like I love doing posing seminars; are a lot of fun. So yeah, we did that, and then a lot of food pics. I remember like after I took everyone out for dinner and stuff like that. Like
Oh,
my friends came out, so I took everyone out for dinner, and that was fun. Had some good times, and then obviously went out with my family for dinner as well, and then went back home and then went to a show that same weekend, which was great. Well, like the following weekend, sorry, the following weekend after that, went to a show, and then saw Max's family, came back to Dubai, and this month was actually my birthday as well. Don't forget my birthday, my April 15th. I was thinking, I was like, oh, I did this. It was my birthday as well. We went, oh my God, we went paddleboarding. I always go paddleboarding for my birthday. It's like a little tradition. I've done it for like 3 years now. We've been in Dubai, and it's so much fun. So much fun. So yeah, that was a good
I didn't
time.
know
And then
that was a real tradition. That's so cool.
I mean, it's not a tradition, but like we just have ended up doing that like every year because like I think we did it one year. I did it one year for my birthday, and I really enjoyed it. So I was like, okay, we need to do this like more because I just enjoyed it so much. So I was like, yeah, let's just keep doing it. Um, so yeah, we did that. We did that quite a few times. We've done that. Went for dinner for my birthday. That was lovely. And then the end of April was the first episode we filmed for Same Old Podcast.
Oh, see, I
So like
had it for
the
May. I had it for May. I
yeah,
had like,
yeah, it went up in May. Yeah, so we did go up in May, but we filmed it in. I think we filmed. I don't know when we actually filmed it. I don't know when we announced it either. But it was like I've got like loads of screenshots from like the 19th of April, and then I got a screenshot of like the microphone, the microphone that you have now. Like, get this one, and then
that
and
one.
then yeah, like the like loads of little other things. So yeah, that was like the year, the month that we kind of started the podcast as well. So how
See,
cute.
I
So yeah,
I
it
had
was
that for
good.
May. I had that for May. So yeah, it went up on May. So May, month of May 2023 podcast. That's basically the highlight of the month for me.
Yeah.
Then we actually had a Arturo from Spain coming to visit, and
That's cool.
yeah, the trainer, and then oh, Aldo and I went on this trip. Like Aldo got his like favorite machine of all time that he's been looking for
I remember
forever.
you went on this trip.
And yeah, it was like 6 hour drive, Daytona in one day. And he went there. We spent this day with like this like 90-year-old man that has like crazy history, and the machine was like literally in a fucking trailer. We had to use like a tractor, like a tractor, like putting it up, and it was hot, and Lutz was with us, our dog, like, but it was so much fun. And I don't know, it's so crazy. It's such a big piece in the gym, and it's probably like the most expensive one he'd ever got. And when the guy told the price, I remember his face because Aldo was like, okay. And I was like, you're not gonna negotiate that? What the fuck? And
Yeah.
even the man was like, are you sure? Are you sure you're gonna come back? Are you sure you want it now? He's like, no, I want it now. Go. Like that's out. Like, and he told me, he was like, listen, I had this amount of money in my pocket. I'm like, are you mentally insane? But I'm like, this is like when you're passionate about something, like that's, you have an idea in mind, you just go. And I was like, that's actually like a fucking big move, and I'm so happy for him. And yeah, that was like, oh my God, the machine. And like I'm it's probably like a $10,000 machine by now, like with everything that he changed on it, like cleaning it, like making it better. But that's all the pieces in the gym are like that. Like you came, it's like very like unique pieces. There's not like, one brand is like
No.
the best, just the best of like, okay, the incline chest press, the best of the pull downs, the best of everything. So that is the hip machine, the hip drive machine, the Nautilus one.
Yeah.
Which it doesn't look like nothing, but it's like a first generation Nautilus, like, and it's really
Is it
rare.
the back extension one?
Not the back extension one, the one that's like right beside it, that the hips
Oh
kind of go down
yes.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you
So
mean as well.
I'm using it in my program a lot now for like mobility purposes. It's so great for the hips. It's actually like a physiotherapy machine, but it goes really heavy, and it's for the hip flexors when like people have hip replacements and stuff. And it's so funny because Aldo's mom got a hip replacement, and now she's gonna be able to use the machine greatly.
Oh,
So
stop.
yeah, it's
That's
super
good.
cool. Yeah, it's super
That's
cool.
really
So
good though.
that was made for us, and I'm realizing that I'm not traveling at all. And I remember at that point I was like, I'm gonna try to stay home a little bit more, because like in the past 2 years I was every other week somewhere,
Yeah,
like
I remember
just
you
traveling
said
somewhere.
you like I just want to be home and like not settle, but just be home so I can just kind of like be like do what I need to do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, not being all over the place, basically. Yeah. How was
Yeah,
May for you
that's
then?
that's literally me. May was good. Again, it's like all screenshot, like a lot of screenshots from like business stuff and like a lot of t-shirts. We went out a few times. Obviously, there's screenshots from like check-ins and stuff. So again, it's a pretty standard month. Like not much happened in the month of May. Like I wasn't away anywhere. I was in Dubai, which was nice. Again, a lot of like things with Max. Like it's nice that we got to spend a lot of time together. So we went out and like went to like a few movie things together. Like there's a few like movie premieres that we went to, and like we just enjoyed life, and like that's all kind of my like the May for what it looks like in May was. It's just literally just enjoying life. You know what I mean? Like enjoying time before then. Obviously, we went back into prep. I think it was June, like not June. We went into prep, but I think we started cleaning up or having like a pre-prep
I'm gonna
phase. You
tell
know
you
what I
I'm
mean?
gonna tell you why it makes sense that you guys spend so much time together because I wrote June and Max visited. So I think it was he was here.
Yeah, yeah. He
So
was
probably
here.
you guys
Yeah.
were like putting double effort to just spend time together because everything was going to start. So for June, I have Max visited, a lot of posing client, reached a peak in my weight gain of like
To
all
be fair,
time
same,
more
bro, same.
the more muscle, the most heavy I've ever peaked. And I wrote really going through it. I don't know what that means. No, I know what that means. I know I was really going through it. When Max come in, I don't know if you remember. Max
Yeah, I
came
do
in
remember.
kind of going through it. Like it's about, your like I'm living my off season life and then I'm like weighting myself for the first time and it's like, okay, well, I
Yeah,
felt
it
good
is
about
what
my
it
body.
is.
I felt really good about my body until I need to get my mind switch. And then my mind switch is about now the aesthetic of my physique. So it was the first time that I was looking at myself in the mirror as like a competitor for like the last 3 months. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, well, okay. Well, yeah.
This
So,
is what it looks like. This is how it's gonna be. This is what it is now. Like, I feel
Mhm.
like it's so hard because we're very similar where we could look like obviously we could get reach the peak of our off-season weight and get heavy, you know, but feel the
Yeah.
best we fucking have. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Preach.
And it's tough because then when you have to go into that prep mode, it's a very different switch where it's like, okay, cool, I'm it's not like I'm in the worst position, but you're like, I know I'm gonna have to go through it right now to then get to where I need to be. So it's almost sometimes looks at as a negative being where you are, even though you love how you look. Do you know what I mean? Like
Exactly. You
it's
had
a
no issues with it.
weird feeling.
You had no issues with it until you have to like
Get it
obviously
off.
do that switch. Yeah, and
Yeah.
getting judged and be like having your coach like telling you, okay, well, let's
It's a
go.
bit too much. It's
Let's
a bit too
go.
much, or it's a bit this. Yeah, it's tough. But again, these are the lessons that we kind of learn as time goes on. Like, you know what I mean? Like we both love how our bodies look both in off season and in prep, and that's something that I would never want to take away because I know how people get where they don't like how they look off of prep, and it makes me sad to think that people still go through that, and it's still a struggle that a lot of people do go through, and it's a process. It takes a while, but I'm glad that I can like happily be like, do you know what? I'm so happy with my shape. I'm happy with how I look. Like I'm in both off season and prep. Like I love having more weight on my shape because I love feeling curvaceous. I love feeling this. Like look, I can pick about a lot of positive things about my off season
Yeah, girl.
body. Um,
Thank
but yeah, May was a great month. May, I was in Dubai, got a few nights out with the girls, focusing on business, kind of similar to April. Like I was just kind of streamlined if I'm honest. Like there was nothing massively like huge or like low or anything like that. It was just like a good time. Do you know what I mean? So that was May for me. And then what was your June looking like?
I just went through June.
Oh, wait, what? I thought it was May.
No, because I said like
Oh,
yeah, June because Max
Max
visited
was
in June.
away.
A lot of posing client, peak of my weight, and then kind of really going through it. That's what I wrote for June. What was June for you? I think that's when obviously you started too.
Yeah, June was I traveled. So I came to the UK for my dad's birthday and I actually surprised him for his birthday
Mm.
as well, which was super cute. So like, yeah, June's his birthday.
Oh
His
shit.
birthday's June 6th. Ah?
Yeah. No, I was like, shit, yeah, I
Oh.
remember.
So yeah, so we came to We came to I came to the UK for his birthday, surprise him, and he was actually like he had no clue, which was really cute. And he was actually like texting me like, "Oh, we're gonna like we're gonna see each other, right? And like I'll FaceTime you when I'm with Alice and stuff like at the restaurant." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And then I'm sat there, and he's like, "Oh my God, like why are you here?" I was like, "Surprise!" So that was great. That was a lot of fun. And then yeah, came to the UK, did a lot of filming for like the posing portal and stuff like that. So I did a lot of posing stuff there. Did a lot of online clients as well, which was great. So loads of really really good things went on. Went to go see one of my friends up north, which was quite far away from me. Went to go see Max's sister's newborns. Like loads of events happened. And then
Uh-huh.
in all the midst of that, I went to Spain as well. I went on a random trip. No, I say random trip, like a spontaneous trip to Spain with one of my friends to go support her for competing. She's an amateur. And I just spent time with her there. And that was such a great trip because it was just like I just enjoyed it a lot, like a lot. And I was able to kind of like just be around people that I really, really loved and like going to the show. And I love Alicante, it's where I won my pro card. So that was like so much fun being able to be there again. So yeah, posed a lot of people. Posed a few people in Spain as well. So yeah, it was a good time. Like June was a really, really good time. And then I think we came back to the UK for literally like a day and then went back to Dubai. And then that was that. And yeah,
So
that was pretty much it. It was a busy month though. Busy month
yeah,
for me.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. What was your July?
July, I got Andrew Lucky and Julie. Shout out to Julie because I know she's watching. She loves both of us. Two amazing people, strength coach, and we had like a seminar thingy and we had to like enjoy dinner with them. And I remember our last dinner was the first time that they had Peruvian food. Like we always go to that same restaurant. Shout out to
That
Doctor
same
Lemon
restaurant.
in
God,
Halda.
I need to go. I still haven't been, and I really need to go. Like, I really,
It
really need to go there.
always my first meal post show, always my last meal pre-show.
I love
So I
that.
had my actually like my last chocolate cake, my last ají de gallina, and all the good like Peruvian food before
Love
the start
that.
of prep. So July is prep time. So yeah,
That's
that's my life.
insane. Yeah, I mean, my June again was literally like it was basically like trying to find my routine because I know that was when we were kind of going into prep. Do you know what I mean? So like this was the
Pre-prep.
pre-prep July. So yeah,
Yeah.
well, it actually was pretty much prep if I'm honest, because we pretty much were around 20 something weeks out at that point.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
was kind of like already like, okay, cool,
You were
we're in
already
prep.
saying in the podcast, I remember. You know how many weeks I was
Yes.
like,
And
yeah.
we'd already had, so by July, we already had 20,000 downloads.
Oh
How
shit.
mad is that? We started in May and 2 months in, we'd already had 20,000 downloads.
Yeah,
That's
that was
just on that was just on like Spotify and all that. So love that. Absolutely love that. So yeah,
so cool.
July was pretty standard to be fair. And then I think
Right.
August was where it started to all take the fuck off. I think where did I go? I think this is when I came back. It was must where I came. Yeah, this was a crazy month for me because I went to so many different countries. So I think I started off in Dubai. Then we went to the UK. Then from the UK, we went to Canada. Then Canada to Miami. Yeah.
Was it
Was it the end we went to Miami? No, it wasn't
yeah.
Miami just yet. It was like September,
Uh,
beginning of September, I came to Miami. But yeah, it was pretty like literally UK, Dubai, UK, Canada, Miami, Vegas. That was like the start of my stint of travels, you know? So it was
yeah.
a big month. But I mean, that was such an amazing like month for me because obviously, you know, spending time with HD lot, like you know, getting to know so many different people like along that journey. Like I'll never take any of that back. Like I love all of those journeys that I go through because it honestly makes the time so much better. Do you know what I mean? Like everything
Yeah.
I do, all of it, it just makes it so much
Yeah.
better.
Signing back with HD Muscle, going back home. Like, do you want to say why I mean, we're already so in the podcast, but I think it's interesting for the girls, or girls and guys
Yeah.
gals and boys that are listening right now to kind of like explain you going back to HD Muscle.
Yeah, so I was with HD Muscle like when they first came out in 2020, I think it was. And I was with them till, oh no, was it 2019? No, it was the beginning of 2020. Um, and I was
Yeah.
with them all the way through until I think around 2021. And the reason I left in 2021 was purely generally because I was I was already in Dubai and there wasn't a way to get me products and stuff like that. Obviously, I was traveling a lot of the time, but I didn't feel at the time we fit together well. You know what I mean? Like as a sponsor and to company and to athlete kind of relationship, I was like, I feel like we just need a little bit of time to kind of both be in the right positions to then kind of make it work, if that makes sense. So like I was obviously in Dubai. I wasn't really traveling much like at that point. Like I was still in Dubai quite a lot, a large amount. So I was like, let's kind of see what happens over the next couple of like months, years, whatever. And then like I'm more than happy to come back when the time's right and stuff. And yeah, literally this year I think it was when was it? In April this year. That was when I kind of got contacted again and was like, they were like, we really like want to bring you back. And instead of bringing you back as an ambassador, they want to bring you back as an athlete, which is really cool because it shows how much I grew as an athlete and how much kind of, reach I'd had on my side as well from like 2020 to obviously now, that they wanted me on the team. And yeah, like I don't know, like it just felt right. I hadn't been with a sponsor kind of in between them, if I'm honest, because I honestly loved them. Like I loved being with them. I loved what they were about. So I didn't feel like I wanted to be with anyone else, Like I was just buying my supplements like from like the shop around the corner if I needed anything. So
Yeah.
and when they kind of contacted me, I was like, yeah, I'm so ready to come back. So it's all about timing for me. And I felt like that time was just like that came out of nowhere as well. Yeah. So it was almost like the universe pushed us together again. It was really, really cool.
And that's even after the whole Arnold shebang shit. So,
Yeah.
big lessons for every girls out there. Stay on your morals, stay on your principles. Go with companies that you actually love and enjoy. There are
Mm.
not a lot of them. Like, trust me, they're very precious, like those connections that you can have. And shout out to HD. Like, I've worked with them. I know Jen is still with them. Like, they're just
Yeah.
amazing, great people. Dorian, Mariah, the whole team, Noah, like, obviously, they're a pretty solid company. And, that's why if it doesn't fit and it doesn't, you had your contract ended basically, but you're like, in all fair games, like it's just not a win-win for us at the moment, and I
Yeah.
just want to give you the best, and I want you guys to like feel like this is like a great partnership, and you always want to feel like both of them are like winning at the same time because that's when you get so much energy bouncing back. So yeah, that's awesome that I mean, it just shows. Like you didn't have to do a show. You just had to like stay consistent, be
Yeah.
yourself, stay on your Phoebe games, and Phoebe games. Like
Yeah, exactly.
people want
It
to
tells a
feel.
lot though. It really does
Yeah,
because I think a lot of people do think that you have to keep competing to be relevant, to get sponsorships and this. You have to just generally be yourself and like put out what you actually want to like almost like what's it called? Get back. Put out what you want to get back. And I honestly feel like that's better than anything you could probably ask like to do, if that makes sense. Like just
yeah,
kind of be yourself. Like that's all you should do when it comes to
that's
that for sure.
awesome. So August
Exactly.
for you, a lot of traveling.
Yeah.
For me, actually a little bit too. I had my 10th bombshell photo shoot, which was like huge milestone for me
Yeah,
too.
that is.
Yeah, and that was Kim's annual seminar, the second year that we did in
Yeah.
California, Temecula. I then went to the Temper Pro to see Andrea, my little like wellness teammate, girly
Yes.
girl, go to the show, and then I trained with Joe Bennett for the first time, hypertrophy coach. And every time that I train with like a new trainer, like it's such a huge thing for me because I don't want to train with a lot of different trainers. Like it's not I'm very picky when it comes to trainer when like people that actually touch my body. And speaking of
Yeah.
trainer, like Kim is actually calling me right now, obviously. Fucking
Love
ears,
that.
like his ears are buzzing, but so funny.
That's funny.
So yeah, like I train with Joe Bennett, hypertrophy coach. Like another trainer that passed away that I would have loved to train with is John Meadows. And
Yeah.
actually it never rest in peace, John. It never happened, but definitely one of the trainer that I would have liked to train. I don't think
Mm.
on top of my head right now there's no trainer that I would want to train with right now. And I'm just saying that because obviously I'm dating Aldo, which is like to me one of the best trainers out
Yeah.
there. But I'm a little biased, but I'm not. Like I know what he
He's
produces.
good though. He's good at, he knows his
He's just
shit. Like he knows
passionate,
so
dude.
much shit.
I'm like, yesterday he's like, let's read books. I'm like, okay. And I'm like over here like reading books on like pelvis and like fucking lumbar shit, but it's great. I'm having a good time. He's so passionate. He's still so open-minded and stuff. So yeah, I had a training with Joe that month, and that's a wrap for August. And I again, it was like prep time already.
Yeah,
So
you were way into prep at that point. Like I know that. And then September again was like when we obviously had our first Say More podcast.
I'm showing him that we're on a podcast because he's gonna keep calling me and just wondering, I'm doing a podcast. Look,
Hello.
he's saying hello. He's like,
Hello.
Buongiorno, buongiorno.
he just got back from Rome, so he's like full gelatoed
Oh,
out.
he's so gelato. Yeah. That's amazing.
Kim, I'll call you back in like 2 minutes. No, not two, it's
I
five.
was gonna say probably like 10 minutes,
Okay,
5 minutes.
okay, bye.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
Ah!
You gotta
That's
love
so
him.
funny. Oh, he's so funny. Oh, that's so
Yeah,
cute.
I just send my blood work to him, so I know he's like a little bit freaked
Yeah,
out.
he's like,
But
right, I'm going to tell you. Yeah. Okay, so the month of September was our first Say More podcast. It was the 1st of September. Well, it was the 2nd of September, but obviously the 1st of September was when I was in Miami with you for
yeah,
the Say More podcast. That, like, again, so one, gonna plug it, so excited for our next one, but I honestly can't explain, like, how much fun that was. It was so cool. It
like
was
it
so
took
much
us
fun.
less than a year from like the phone call we had in the car to our first in like our first podcast in May, June, July, August, September, 5 months, 4 months in, already on our first podcast, already sold out events. And I mean, amazing, fucking amazing time.
Yeah.
Jesus, so good.
Yeah, so incredible. So if you're not coming already, come to our next one on the 14th of January. There's only like 5 tickets left, which
Wow,
is
stuff.
wild, wild. So
The fact
very,
that
very
we had to
exciting.
do it like Saturday and Sunday, but I mean, it's like a tour without being a tour. But
Without
yeah,
being a tour, yeah. So, but
yeah,
yeah, that was
that's
September. That was the main highlight of September, if I'm honest, because then from there onwards, it was like I went to obviously I went to then Vegas and we kind of settled in and we were like, right, it's like this is it now. It's like settling in time. We're in prep. Like this is me for the next. I think it was what 10 weeks, 11 weeks.
not
So
bad. Yeah.
it was like grind time, you know? So yeah, it was like locked in from that point, which was cool. And then all the check-ins, like a lot more physique photos start to come in. You can see like my camera will just go to like check-ins and posing and it switches, which is quite funny. But I think that's normal for everyone, I guess. But yes, that was the month of September for me. Your September is pretty similar, I'm guessing.
I mean, Say More podcast event was like so huge. Like that's what I
Mm.
have in like big highlights, big letters. And then we went to Oklahoma with for the RTS for like Aldo's birthday. That was like amazing. It was like very smart people in the room. Like the first time that I actually went on like a more like certification type of thing. And then
Yeah.
Kim came in town for Janet's show, so he stopped at the gym. We got a training in. He got to see my posing, and that's the first time that we actually were talking about bringing
The
up my
posing.
routine, the posing thing. Then I had a shoot with Mega Fit Meal. They came to town, and we had like such a fun shoot. It was amazing. Our first event, obviously, and then I had my first Jewish wedding, which I love to say. It's Danny and Jeremy, like two members that actually met at the gym, and it was so fun and so cute. I went to two weddings in my life, so like I'm not a wedding experiencey or whatever. But that was my first Jewish wedding, and like the celebration that they're doing is so fucking awesome. And I loved it. I loved it. I enjoyed it. We got to dress up, Aldo and I, which is like super out of what we're doing because we're obviously always working, and prepping. But made it through a wedding during prep, and it was super awesome. So that was September for me. What was
That's so
October for you, y'all? I mean,
fun.
it's pretty obvious, but
October was like what, 4 weeks out. So it was like a case of like just grind time. Like again, a lot of physique photos. I didn't travel anywhere that month, I don't think. I literally
no, I
stayed
mean you
in.
did. You competed, no.
Oh fuck. Yeah.
Uh,
Jesus. Yeah, I did. So I that was when I traveled to Florida. Yeah. Oh my God, why did I forget that? Yeah, so I traveled to Florida to compete at obviously the first show. And then yeah, that was the main thing. That was the main thing. So that was when I first traveled. Yeah, so we did that show. Then we stayed obviously in Florida for like 2 weeks. A week, sorry, we stayed in St. Pete, and then obviously we traveled to Orlando from there. So yeah, it was a busy month. Like that was a busy month, to be fair. Like looking back on it now, I'm like, I have the most. That's probably like the most photos. I got 100 and almost 2,000 photos. So there's a
oh,
lot of photos in October. So many. So yeah, that was like a busy month. But I think that was probably the end of October going into November was probably the most difficult mentally, I think. Because obviously going through that, like obviously the whole thing of like not getting where I wanted to and obviously not bringing the physique and this is this. I think that was the hardest, especially going into the Olympia after that. That was probably out of all the months, even Arnold, I think that was probably the hardest month, I would say. October was definitely the
is it
hardest month.
because you felt confident going in though, and that's why it was kind of like
Yeah.
trash because you felt like there was so much momentum build up, and like you felt really good about your physique, and then it just like, is that what
It
it is?
didn't, it was and wasn't. I think because my body didn't respond the way that we wanted to for the show. And
Oh, you
then I
actually knew
think
the day of.
I think, yeah, I think the day
Mm.
of wasn't the greatest showing, but obviously the weeks leading up to it, I was very happy with my physique, and even the days leading up to it, we were really, really happy. And then I think obviously the day of the show, I just wasn't happy with my shape. Like again, it wasn't my best either. We were a lot fuller than we wanted to actually be, just from like other things that we've discussed before. But then we did manage to pull it back and obviously bring in a lot tighter because I can see like the end of October, like my physique changes a lot. So which is really really good. And again, those 2 weeks in between the first show and Olympia were like that was probably tough because it was just like right we're focused on being like a little bit leaner. Let's just do what we need to do. But I'm also really, 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 really proud of that because we really did a lot to get there, and we got
Yeah.
there, which I'm really, really happy with.
Do
So
you think you're gonna keep it like that? Like every year you're gonna do a show prior to like a big one, like the Olympia, and like try to get feedback first, try to win, trying to get, is
I mean,
that?
it's not like I wouldn't not do that. I think I would definitely try and make sure that we're definitely in a in potentially like in a better spot because obviously now looking back at like this is why it's great to look back at photos because I was actually doing this the other day because I was just like looking photos to like analyze and stuff like that. But looking back at photos like prior to doing my first show in 2023, like I could have been leaner. We could have been in a bit of a better position to then be able to kind of like show
Chill
off
out.
what we needed to show off better, So like there's always things that we could have done better. But I know that now and like we know like okay, like and that's sometimes the thing you can't always know what's gonna happen like on the day or on stage and stuff. You just have to keep performing. So that's what we did, and it's not like it's freaked me out and being like I'm never gonna do that again. So, but it's definitely made me just be like more aware of things. So yeah, I would definitely still do shows before the Olympia again. Um, but we just make
Is
sure
the
that they
approach
are
differently?
we're at, yeah.
Yeah.
So and then October was obviously similar for you. So when did you travel down in October, didn't you?
I did. I
For
mean, the
yeah,
late October because the Halloween was already in Orlando. But yeah,
yeah.
October, obviously my new routine was locked in. I had like two sessions with this little 16 years old ballroom dancer, which was awesome. I never let anyone in touching my posing for all the years that I was competing ever. So like that was really new for me. New merchandise, all the, last minute stuff. Obviously, your girl is a pro last minute procrastinator, perfectionist slash
I love that.
buckaroo, whatever. And then I
I
went
love
to
it though.
Pittsburgh doing my road to the Olympia, and that was really
Yeah.
awesome. So in Pittsburgh now, they're gonna actually put picture up of the winner of the Olympia winners. So I was like, I'll see you for my picture attachments. I was like such in like a good vibe, bro. But yeah, shout out to Jen. She's gonna have her picture over there in Pittsburgh, which is gonna be super awesome for like all the next like, Olympia.
Generations to come.
Yeah,
Yeah,
girl,
that's
it's so
cool.
fun because, Ghost Gym and Venice do it for the Mr. Olympia, but to have that as a bikini competitor, I think it's like a huge milestone to have it at NPC Photo Gym. So that's definitely like a goal of mine now. So yeah, that was October for me. And then obviously we're in Florida. Leading on to November, the first weekend of November, the 2023 Mr. Olympia competition.
Yes.
We talk
It's
about
funny because my camera roll literally again does a one like a fucking 180 where it's like competing, like loads of photos of like obviously just competing, this is this, and then it just flips on its head and it's like going out with the girls and then going out with Max and then like a concert and then staycation and like it because obviously at the beginning of the month it was like it prep shit. And then by the end of the month, it's completely the opposite. It's like lifestyle stuff again. So it's like funny how your camera can just be completely like flipped. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I just love how we're both you and I were just able to be like plugged in, plugged the fuck out, and just
Yeah,
be like
a completely unplug.
180, we're good. Yeah, same here. Flight to
So
California. My parents were here for a month. Got to enjoy every single day. I was like ordering, like whatever, just living life, girl, just living life.
that's good. And that's what we
Yeah.
want. We want to
We
be
had
living
such
life,
amazing.
especially.
I think we had such amazing like podcast episode as well. Like definitely like a highlight of mine was like that cool down. You and
Oh
I
my gosh,
outdoor.
yeah.
This is probably
That
like
was
one of my biggest
lovely.
highlight of the year, like not even the month. Like this probably like on my top highlight of the year, to be honest. So
I loved that
that's
episode because we could really just it was very, very fresh. It was literally post show, like so we could generally like just tell you how we actually felt within that moment because it was right after. And I think that's one of my favorite episodes as well because we just literally let loose and we were like, this is how we feel. Like this is how I feel, what we feel going on. So yeah, it was amazing. Also, something just popped into my head. Super proud of you for posting your show day video for the Olympia. Just watched it today and like
it.
because I know you mentioned a few bits that you weren't the reason why you didn't want to put it up, but even you not if I don't think if you didn't tell me that part, I don't see you as you moaning or whining. You were expressing how you felt, and you very much expressed it straight away, like after, really well as well. Like the whole video like makes complete sense, and it's showing who you are completely authentically, and it doesn't look and in any way. I know obviously yeah, so I wanted to say that because that was really, really good. Like I'm glad you put that up.
Yeah, I mean honestly, I think even now, like if I was to look up at the podcast, like it's been over a month and a half, like I would look at the podcast and kind of like say things differently. I mean, you can also see like from the video like of the show Saturday to like when we did the podcast on Saturday evening, what I was saying were two
Different.
different things. Like
Mm-hmm.
because I had like 24 hours to actually process things, and then I had the photo shoot with the girls with JM photo shoot and stuff. So all of that being said, I was like, damn, I wish people would have seen like me being so happy like for Jen, me being like reflecting back and be like, damn, I had such a good time with like the girls, like backstage, like all the things that were very important for me, like and not I just felt very immature like on when I watched it again. But I think it
I don't
it is
see
what
that.
it is, it's like when you're in show day, like you don't have any covers, like you're here for the game, like you're here for the big day. And like I'm guessing, you know, even on your wedding day, like let's say it's like it's your day, right? It's like your big day, you've been ready for it. Like there's nobody that is going to be perfect either. So I don't think I've handled it perfectly, but how can you handle something perfectly when like it's I don't know, it's just
It's
going
something
through.
it's a goal of yours. Like at the end of the day, you're all of us up there are there for the same reason. You want to win. Do you know what I mean? There's only one winner. And like I don't think you responded in a bad way at all because it's your goal that you're chasing after. And the way that you said it, obviously you were like, I'm upset or I'm whatever because I feel so good. Like I feel this is my best I felt, and that's obviously really super important. And that's what that's what Aldo were kind of relaying back to you and saying like you should be happy about that. And like also like it's okay to feel those emotions because you're there for a reason. You're there to win. And because you didn't, you're not upset, but like you're it the deal's not done yet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
I think
the
it was
journey's
just
still
that
going now.
I was kind of like disappointed of like the choice of like word that I use, and I think it just comes down to me like
Yeah.
it's not my first language first of all, but the word was like I was telling Aldo I'm just confused. I'm just confused because I
Confused.
feel so good. So like I was like in a really real confusion because for me it's easier at let's say the Arnold, right? Like the Arnold, well, I'm like 3 days out. I feel like I'm not good. After prejudging, I feel I'm gonna finish fourth. People are saying to me I'm gonna win. I'm like, no, you got full on denial, and then it happens. Like that is better than like feeling like so good. And I felt, you know how I was telling you, like everything is aligned. I was in my own little like bubble. Everything was so calm and so casual. And everything that could have go wrong actually went right. It's like all the way leading through.
Yeah.
And I was like, I even hit my period, but I was like, no, I'm looking good. I'm feeling good. Like I was just, and then it doesn't happen like you want to. And it's just like, fuck, what
But it's
now?
all
Like,
part of your story. Like it's all part of your like your story. Like
of course, I still have stuff to learn a lot, and everything happens for a reason. But yeah, that was. I mean, that's December for me basically because I just
yeah,
posted the video in December, which was like a big thing for me because
yeah.
I didn't want to edit it out. I did want to post it. I wasn't sure if I wanted to post it without a video right after, like a disclaimer before. Like it was like, fuck this shit. I'm just gonna post it.
I even read the comments and stuff, and people get it. Like I think you were in definitely in your own head more than you think that about the video. Because I was like at you every day, like
Lucky
post
you.
it, post it. I was like post it. And you're like no. I was like post that fucking video. But I'm glad you did. Like and I know it was like tough for you to obviously want to post it because obviously it's a very vulnerable moment. But I also do think that so many people will take so much away from that for you just being just yourself and showing actually how you felt because like yeah you could say yeah like I'm really like because you were happy with obviously what you got but it's also not what you wanted which is okay to say. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's
So
like I said, I think the best line like I've found with all that is like it sucks not to win. Like period. Like
yeah,
for you it sucks not to win. It sucks for like the other 46 out of the 47 girls that didn't win. It fucking sucks. You know, like and
yeah,
it doesn't take away from me like being so fucking happy for Jen, like genuinely like deep down
yeah,
my core because she's so deserving of that. She's an amazing ambassador for the sport. Like her
yeah,
body is fucking nailed on. She was 100%. I do believe that we were where we were on that day, and like we're all the judges have been making such a great, amazing decision, and I'm not regretting of it all.
no,
I definitely feel a lot better now that I got my feedback because it's not like Lauralie, like you were perfect and we don't have anything to change and nothing to say to you
yeah,
and you finish fourth. That would be a biggest issue for me. If they say, Lauralie, you were perfect, but I finished fourth, that's when the alarm goes off in my head and I'm like, okay, I need to like think about retiring. But now,
yeah,
no, like Lauralie, you're too big. You need to bring down your glutes. Like, fuck yeah, like you better believe like I want to win this shit. So I'm gonna go back to the drawing board and we're gonna fix that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it you get your feedback and you stand back on and like we're not crumbling. So like I
exactly.
I feel better. I'm processing that now, and obviously, I don't think I've said it anywhere, but I've applied for the Arnold. So you and I are both on the hold on getting the
Do
list.
you know what it is? Have you seen Instagram?
Yeah, girl. And I had a little
Because I
like
was gonna say it's Friday.
yeah, little
So
birdie told me that it was coming on Friday. I saw the post and I was like, okay. I
here
mean,
we go.
yeah,
It'll
here
be
we
10,
go.
it'll be either 11 or 10 weeks out this Saturday. So,
Yeah,
um,
11
but I think
weeks.
next week next episode we can kind of discuss all the things going
Fuck.
on with that because obviously we'll both know. So
Yeah,
exciting. But this
yeah,
is a
exactly.
long episode. I think this is our longest episode.
It's long because we had a lot to say. I mean, it's obviously 2023. It's like a whole year review. So December for you, like how has everything been so far? Like, I mean, we're only
Yeah.
weeks in, but
It's been yeah, I mean it's been great. Like looking at back at my like posts and stuff like that. Again, it's just like a lot from what it looks like, post show is always like me going back into like a lot of business things. So like for me, it's like mainly focusing about like my other priorities, which I love that about me, that I can just kind of switch and be like, right, it's not like it's on hold when I'm in prep, but there's a lot of things that I can't do when I'm in prep because I need my brain. So, and there's other things that I need to do and focus on when I'm off prep. So yeah, for me, it was literally a case of like, there's a fuck ton of screenshots. Obviously, again, a lot of other events, because next week, oh my God, yeah, next week, is it next week? Yeah, next week I'll be going back to the UK. So I'll be starting my travels again, from going to the UK and then coming to see you for the event, and then, so on and so forth. So yeah, so my travels begin again, which is always fun. So yeah, I'm excited for it. So I'm excited for Christmas things and stuff like that as well with family.
Oh, good stuff, babe.
It's
Good
really
stuff to
exciting.
come. Good stuff, looking back from 2023 and just
It's a
like,
lot.
yeah,
It's a
I
lot of
know.
stuff. It's fun though,
Yeah.
like, and I love that, and I hope you guys enjoyed hearing our 2023, and obviously hope you look back on your 2023 and see like, okay, what did I do? What did I achieve? And like, do what Lauralie did and write down what you felt in those months, what you felt in those kind of like moments and stuff like that, because it's important to process it. Because sometimes going into a new year can be daunting because you haven't like fully been like, okay, cool, this is a new year. Now let's kind of not let go of what happened in 2023, but be like, it's one chapter closed. Now we're kind of coming back into a new one, So sometimes it's hard to do that. So actually like go back and process it, because I'm really bad at doing that. I'm really bad at like looking back and processing. I'm just like, right, next thing, let's go. Like,
Yeah.
so I love that we did that today. I love that we did
Yeah,
that.
that was so much fun, babe. Thank you
It
so much for
was.
doing
So
that. And
yeah, but we love
until
you
the
guys so
next episode, the
much.
next episode is going to be amazing too. So you guys stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining us on this amazing episode. Again, hope you get some time this weekend to, no, it's not gonna be this weekend because it's gonna launch on Monday. So I hope you get some time this week to actually go through your 2023 before, the craziness of like the holidays happen and everything. Just sit down with yourself, getting that little journal of yours, and go through your camera roll and just through those memories and feelings and emotions and
Reminisce.
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 We could
Reminisce.
say reminisce. We could call this episode reminisce. It would be nice.
Yeah,
Phoebe, I love
reminiscing.
you. I love you so much. It's a freaking long episode. You guys let us know if you actually enjoy a whole 90 minute. No, is that 90
Yeah,
minutes? Yes.
an hour and a
90 minutes
half. Yeah, that's a
with
lot of
us.
time.
It's a lot of
So
time, but we love you guys. Say More podcast going to be there in 2024. Don't get us wrong, because we will be there. So
yes.
basically, babe, 2 more episodes of 2023, and then that's a wrap. Correct? Is it?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Two
Kind
more
of. We'll
episodes.
talk about it.
Yeah, 2 more episodes. Fuck. Yeah, 2 more episodes. So, but yes, we love you guys so much. Please remember to like, subscribe, all those fun things. Keep watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.